What is up, everybody? Hope everyone's off to a great week. Hope you're getting tons of new customers. Hope business is thriving. Welcome to another episode of The Route. I'm Landon Danes. This is where we talk about scaling your pest control company. I've been in pest control since 2016, helped many companies scale, exited my own company, got acquired in 2024, and now help other pest owners do the same. And today I want to talk about leadership. A lot of owners were technicians at first. And in that role as technicians, a lot of them didn't have the opportunity to lead. But now they're thrust into the owner position, and they're leaders. Owners are leaders. And most owners, even if you didn't start as a technician, most owners haven't had a great opportunity to lead before they started their businesses. So leadership is new, managing people is new, and even if you've done it before, it's very different than what you've done before. If you were a manager, a sales leader, a head technician in a different company, you realize that being the owner, it's a lot different. You no longer have these agendas or checklists or things to fall back on from your leaders above you. It's all on you, and it can be hard. And leadership can be a scary thing for a lot of people, but in my opinion, it's only scary if you execute it the wrong way. I think leadership is one of the coolest things about life and business, is that you as an owner have an opportunity to lead others and impact them for good, and show them and give them a good opportunity, a good job, a good life, a fun work environment, a place where they can grow personally, someone who cares about them. I think all those things are what good leaders do. And a lot of times when we hear leadership, or we think about our employees or growing our company and being a leader in that sense, we a lot of times think about the negative side of things, correcting people, the 3-strike policies, managing poor behavior, and all that negative side of things. But one of the easiest and best leadership methods is you do the fun part and you let the rules do the bad part. That's it. Basically, how I run my business is set up systems, scorecards, rubrics, whatever you want to call it, that manage performance. And then all I would have to do is I would praise the ones that hit the performance. It's simple. So for technicians, we had a 6-step scorecard, 6-category scorecard that they were graded on. And each of those categories, they were graded each week. So I never needed to discipline or correct or do any of that negative stuff. It's all about positive reinforcement. And that was my only job as an owner, as a manager, boss, whatever you want to call me. The scorecard did the work, did the dirty work. So if Monday morning rolls around, we sit down and I pull the scorecards for each employee, and we see, it is out of 100%. So, and our standard was 90. So if we pull it out and say, hey, you were 95, you were 92, you were 98, and then, you were 71. Because they know what the standard is, I don't need to tell them anything else. They know that they're below standard. So now they know that they need to correct it. And my job there is to help them. Hey, how can we help you get back above 90? Or why do you think that happened? Or what's going on that's leading to that? And even better, I can turn to the guys who are above 90 and say, hey, how do you do it? Hey, you've been at 98 3 weeks in a row. What are you doing that's working so well? Hey, you're killing it. I'm super proud of you, and you're seriously setting like a new standard for our company. What would you recommend in terms of maintaining that kind of score? And what happens in your business and your company now becomes this environment of high performance and this culture of high performance, where all you have to do is facilitate it. And you don't need to crack down and just like wear 6 different hats. All you do is praise the people that are doing well, let the rubrics correct those that aren't, and then focus on the winners. And when you focus on winners, employees in the business want the employees in the business want the owner's praise. They want the owner's attention. They want their boss's attention. They want to get reinforced from their manager or their boss. And so if you do that to the top performers or the people that are meeting standard, make sure you're not just giving out favoritism, or you're doing it because one of your guys, you just like them and get along with them better than the other guys. It has to be in line with what you're trying to reinforce. That's the biggest thing. So make sure it's in line with that. And then once you do it, people see, I want that. That's what I want. And if there are people that don't want that and are continue to be negative, it becomes easy to let them go. But everyone else will be striving for that. And then the guys that are doing well, that are hitting performance, when you ask them those questions, when you bring it up, when you send a message in the chat, hey, this guy's killing it. Hey, looks like you just got 3 5-star reviews today. Great job. That reinforces them to continue to do that, because they're getting that reinforcement, that praise, that acknowledgement from you, and they want more of that. So it becomes super easy to run a team, manage a business, when otherwise it's really hard. A lot of owners get in sticky, uncomfortable situations because they hire a friend, a brother, a cousin, a former employee, like someone they worked with before, and they didn't vet them out very well. It just became easier to hire that person, like right then, rather than going through a whole hiring process with 2, 3, 4 weeks and finding the best person. Um, and so this relative or someone they have a relationship is in their business, and it gets uncomfortable because they're not doing as well as they want. They can't quite correct them. They don't know what to say. They're overpaying them. The person's not performing, and then what happens is it gets even worse. They bring in a second person, and that second person sees that first person, and they're like, "Oh, I guess that's the standard here," and so they slack off too, and that's awkward for the owner. They're like, "I don't know if I can crack down on guy two because he's learning it from guy one, and I can't crack down on guy one because that's my brother." And now we have 3 technicians, and they're all slacking off, and I feel like I need to clean house, but I can't clean house because my brother's here. So I'm going to clean house with the other 2 guys, keep my brother, and try to bring in 2 other guys and redo this. And it just becomes this, the cycle over and over again. And you might relate to this. You might have the same situation happen in your business, maybe on a smaller scale, maybe on a larger scale. But that's one of the biggest issues is letting those things slide and then it becoming a bigger issue. So it's really important from day one of an employee's time with you to set that standard. It doesn't matter if they're related to you. It doesn't matter if they're your best friend, your brother. You need to let them know this is what I expect. And it's really important for the employee too, because then they know how to meet your standards. If you've ever been in a job and you don't know what your boss expects, it becomes really hard because you're like, I'm working really hard. I'm showing up early. He's not saying much to me. I think I'm doing a good job. I think I'll be good for my next raise, but I'm not sure. And there's that uncertainty. The more transparency there can be, the better the relationship. So from day one, even from day 0 in the hiring process, let them know these are our standards in this company. How can you or how would you meet those standards? And let them answer. And then day 1 of onboarding, you let them know these are our standards. This is what we grade you on. This is what we expect. If you do these things, you're doing great. If you're under this, you're not up to standard with us. And if it goes on for more than 2 weeks, there can be potential layoffs or reduce in pay or other things. And again, those corrections can do all the correcting, so you don't need to do anything. You don't need to sit down and have that uncomfy conversation of, hey, deciding exactly what to do or emotionally feeling out like, oh, I like this guy, but I got to crack down, but I still like him, so I'm going to go a little softer. Like, you don't need to. It's just like, hey, this happened, so this happens. Or this happened, so this happens. It's very just functional. You did good, so you get good. You did bad, so we need to correct you. And if you do bad again, this is the punishment. But I'm not punishing you. The system punishes you. And if the system does all the punishing, it becomes really easy as an owner because there's no emotional attachment to that. You don't feel bad. It's just like, that's the system. I don't need to crack down and make a guy cry and make him feel bad and worry about his wife and his kids and be like, oh, I feel so bad. I know he's got someone to provide for, but he showed up late 3 weeks in a row, but he's a good guy and I just don't know what to do. No, it's none of that. It's just, you showed up late, this is what happens. So we had an attendance bonus, which again, it's really, really important to reinforce what you want to happen. So we had an attendance bonus during peak season. So from March to October, we learned over the first couple of years, it really hurt the business when people didn't show up, technicians especially. If you called out that morning or if you called out midway through the route, like that really strapped the business because we were so busy during that time. So we said, okay, during those months, we have an attendance structure in place. If you get 100% attendance, then at the end of the year, you get a $1,000 bonus. For any day you miss or call out, or for whatever reason aren't able to complete your route, it's a $100 deduction. And at the end of the year, you get $900. So again, this system made it really easy to, number one, reinforce what we're looking for. We're looking for top performers who show up consistently. Super simple. And we will pay you and put our money where our mouth is and say, we appreciate that. That's what we need in the business. So we'll pay based on that. And for people that don't, again, I don't need to crack down and be like, hey, this is the 3rd time, or hey, you were late again, or why are you calling out? This can't keep happening. It's just, and his bonus is going down. And on the flip side, as a technician, you know that. And so that morning when you wake up sick or slightly sick, you're not feeling great, it's Thursday, you're like, I don't know if I can make it, but you have that attendance bonus in your mind. Now you're going to strive for that. You're going to work hard and show up and make it happen because you know what the company expects and you want that money. And so those two things go hand in hand. Now you have more top performers that you can praise more, and you don't need to do any dirty work. Because then think on that flip side, you as an owner, You hear the technician wasn't feeling great, but he shows up. You send a text in the technician chat. Hey, shout out to Luke. He showed up. He showed up today. Wasn't feeling great, and he still busted out 15 houses and got three 5-star reviews. Such a killer. And all the other technicians do great job, great job, great job. And you create this culture of high performance without needing to do anything. That's what's so awesome. Is all you have to do is the fun part of reinforcing, of sending those texts, of sending a gift card, or hey, this guy showed up early today. Here's $5 to get snacks on the route, or you got the most 5-star reviews this week. Here's lunch. I'll pay for your lunch today. It's so easy. It's fun, and it's exciting, and you get to be like the grandparents, where the parents are the ones that have to correct. The grandparents just come and bring cookies, and it's a super fun thing to do. And the system itself is the parents who correct and do all that stuff. So make sure in your business that you have this system set up, and it's really important that you follow through. It means nothing if you have a system that says, for every late day or every missed day, you get docked this or you get this, and then it happens and nothing happens from you. Then your integrity is completely vanished, and technicians will walk over you. Employees don't believe a thing you say. Obviously, it happens over time, but it's really important you follow through. Even if the system is slightly wrong, or it's okay if you end up changing it, but follow through with where it is right now. And you can always make corrections or make it better, but make sure you do that. So make sure there's a system in place for behavior, for performance, for what you're looking for, and keep it very simple. Keep it like, hey, this is what we expect. If you're doing this, if you're doing above this, you're in the gold zone. We had a gold zone, like that's above and beyond. We appreciate that. You're doing amazing. We had a green zone, which was that's standard. If you're in this range, you're hitting the standard. And then a red zone. If you're in the red zone, you're below standard. So have metrics, have numbers, have data for each of those, so they can know where they're at and send updates. So it's not just like they show up one week and it's like, I hope I'm doing good. I don't even know. Help them understand where they're at, because if you update them midweek and say, hey, here are the numbers for the week. Here's where everyone's at. A lot of times they'll work harder. Be like, oh shoot, I'm a little low here. I need to push for more 5-star reviews, or I need to do slightly better service, or I need to show up a little bit earlier, or they'll do it on their own. And again, the system corrects the behavior. All you do is just praise. So just a few thoughts on leadership, how to run an efficient team. And honestly, it becomes a team where people love work. People love working for you because you have fun with it. You're the fun guy. People raise to the standard. You'll see people put in extra effort, extra work, stay later, work harder, pick up overtime, because you've instilled those values and that culture. And if anything negative is happening, or those hard conversations need to happen, you just default to the paper or the system or the scorecard. And you're sitting in a room with you and him and say, hey, like, here's our standard. Here's where you're at. What's going on? Like, what can we do? Or why is it low? And you can still be the good guy. Like, hey, I believe you're better than this. Like, it's your numbers are not on standard with what I believe you can do, and with the standard of the company. Like, how can we improve this? And now he still likes you. Like, he's like, yeah, like, I've just been struggling. I know I'm not doing good. I'll be better. I need to show up earlier. I need to be better with customers. I need to take more time on houses and focus more and not be distracted while I'm driving. Like, they'll spill off whatever, and then boom, they gave all the right answers. You didn't need to do anything. You just facilitated it. So that's the best leadership experience, in my opinion. It's fun. It's exciting. It's easy. Easy in the sense of you do a lot of things, but it runs itself, and culture becomes good, and employees are happy, and the company grows, and that's what's easy. And the hard conversations happen by themselves. So just a few thoughts on how to manage a team, how to run a team, how to be a great leader. Make sure as a leader you focus on positive reinforcement. Don't be the guy that just cracks down and calls out every negative thing. Hey, you're late. Hey, this. Hey, that. You need to do this better. Do this better. Be the guy who calls out everything that's great, and then let the system call out everything that's bad. So there's a wrap on leadership, some ideas of how to be a positive reinforcing leader. Tons of ideas in our course and in our community of how exactly to do that, the exact scorecards to use, the exact scripts to use, the numbers that your employee should be hitting. So if you're interested in that, hop over to my Instagram page. Page name is Landon Danes, and then the link in my bio gets exactly to the course and booking a call with that. So if you know anyone who's a leader, who's managing a team, who's an owner, who could find this helpful, send this to them. Really appreciate everyone who listens to shares this, and we will see you on the next episode.